All right, from Tucker, predict the Cowboys-Steelers final score, assuming Big Ben stays healthy. It's a tough game. I will be optimistic since you guys yelled at me earlier. 31-27 Cowboys. How about that? DJ Martin, expectations for Trevon Diggs. I expect him to compete for a starting role. I'm not sure he's going to get it in week 1, especially with what could be an abbreviated kind of preseason ramp-up period. But I think at least a rotation guy early on, and I think by the end of the season, I think Diggs is starting as an outside corner, potentially operating as your number 1 guy. And I think that's kind of like your ceiling in year 1, but the Cowboys like him a lot. From Ahmaud Noble, and you guys can all chime in, I think this refers to Aldon Smith, over under 12 sacks. Guys, it's the under. If you are expecting a player who hasn't played football since 2015 to get 12 sacks, which is like top 10 production in the NFL, you're just going to end up being disappointed by what still might be a good year. Like if Aldon Smith gets 6 sacks, I'm pumped. That's a really good year for Aldon Smith. If he gets 12, I think I'm in a different universe because I'd be stunned. Take the under on 12. From Emil Pedersen, can you make a Cowboys dance? Guys, I got no flow. You do not want that. That is it's funny, I know, but like that's not something that people want to see with their eyes. That is borderline eye bleach material. Now, what you might want to see is a new Cowboys jersey. Head over to chatsports.com/Cowboys1. They've got Cowboys jerseys on sale, 25% off. They've got Dak. They've got Zeke. They've got Amari Cooper. They got some DeMarcus Lawrence, some Jalen Smith one in there as well. To make your lives easier, we'll put that link in the comments and the description. So all you guys got to do is click and shop. Jordan Jamerson back again, or Jamerson. I keep forgetting how you pronounce your name. How many interceptions do you see the Cowboys defense getting this year? One of the biggest problems for the Dallas Cowboys in the past couple of years, I think it was beyond like 1 year, is they've been in the bottom 10 area of takeaways. They've been a bend but don't break defense that broke a little bit too much. Honestly, if I can get like 8 combined, maybe it's more like 10 or 11, I'd feel good about the way things are trending given where this secondary is at, when in reality, it is a rebuilding year for the secondary for the Dallas Cowboys. From Alejandro Gomez, facilities for Dallas opening soon. They actually already are open. Jerry Jones went back, I think it was Tuesday, he went back into his offices wearing masks and gloves and taking the right precautions there. One big note, now maybe you mean from a player perspective, the facilities are not yet open for players. Now, if they're rehabbing, they can come in, I believe, but you can't have like team meetings in there. So from that perspective, I hope it opens up soon. I just think the NFL is going to try and let everybody open up all at once to maintain competitive balance. From typical Austin, is there still a chance we go for Jadeveon Clowney? I haven't had my hopes up for Clowney really at any point. I don't think the Cowboys have that much interest, A, because of the injury, because of the decision to roll with Smith and Gregory, and just the cost involved. Like, I don't think that's a route the Cowboys are going to go. All right, from Daniel Johnson, please make a bet with us if Aldon gets 10 or more sacks. All right. I don't know what I'm getting out of this, but how about you DM me on Twitter, Daniel, and at What Going Downey. We'll get something set up for you. If Aldon Smith gets 10 or more sacks, we'll do something for charity, or I'll do something to my hair, something along those lines, and we'll get it all set up. From King J, if Randy Gregory gets reinstated and no other roster moves are made, who on the team makes the most sense to start opposite Tank Lawrence? If you mean on like first downs, run downs, I'd say it's probably Tyrone Crawford. Now on passing downs to rush the passer, I'm going to kick Tyrone Crawford inside, pair him with Gerald McCoy. And then it's probably Aldon Smith or Randy Gregory. I would feel just a little bit more confident in Randy because he's played more recently, but he is still suspended at the current moment. As for Aldon Smith, I think there might be some more upside there. We haven't seen him in a long time. So for like the plurality of reps, maybe it is Crawford, but I think you'd see a pretty heavy rotation across from Lawrence, and in particular games, roll with the hot hand. From Braulio, did I pronounce that wrong? Sorry if I did. If both Aldon and Randy are reinstated, are they roster locks? I don't think that they are roster locks. I think they're safe, if that makes sense. Like, I think if all things are equal, they'd both make the team over the likes of Dorrance Armstrong or Joe Jackson or, heck, even Bradley and I, frankly. I wouldn't put them quite in the guaranteed lock status, but if we want to rank it lock, safe, bubble, I'm going to put them more in the safe spot. Charles Morgan, can the 5th-round defensive end start this year? He means Bradley and I out of Utah, who I like a lot, and I liked him a lot coming out of Utah. I would not have my expectation be for Bradley and I to start. Now, I think he's pretty well developed. I think he can contribute, but I don't think he's going to start for the Cowboys, especially not in year one. His goal right now as a 5th-round pick is just to make the team. From Anthony Alea, if I got that wrong, I'm pretty sure I did. I'm very sorry, Anthony. If there was another draft today, and with our current roster, including the players we drafted, what position would you draft in the first 2 rounds? Okay, interesting. I would probably consider. I probably wouldn't go defensive end, but if there's the right player there, I would. I would especially look at corner because I'm still looking for a legit number 1 guy. Maybe Diggs can be that. And I am a broken record here. I'm going to look at safety as well. Now, we have over 1,000 people watching right now. Thank you all so much. We're in the middle of one of our very regular live Q&As. If you are not already subscribed, and I guarantee that you're not, hit that big red button and do it. We have Cowboys videos every single day here for you, not just in season, not just during the draft, no, throughout the entire year. Hit that big red button and subscribe. Anthony Easterling, do the Cowboys have an improved defensive line? Good question. You have certainly downgraded from Robert Quinn. There's really no way around it. I think your depth is better. I think getting Tyrone Crawford back helps you. Gerald McCoy and Dontari Poe and Neville Gallimore are upgrades over their other guys on the defensive line. So I think it will be better. I think the scheme will make it look a little bit better. But overall, in terms of pure talent, especially for the number of snaps they'll play, I think the upgrade is fairly minimal. But it was enough for what the Cowboys were going to do that there wasn't a whole lot else much to do beyond, spending a whole bunch of money on a player like Quinn or like Clowney. benhurlburt, if Randy Gregory is reinstated, does he have any sort of trade value? Not really. I mean, I'm sure there's some level of trade value. The problem is that the Cowboys are the ones who have invested. And in most cases, teams don't want to trade away that investment before they get the return back. His contract's pretty helpful. I don't think you'd maximize the value of Gregory relative to what he could bring to your team. Therefore, you end up keeping him. Another super chat from King J. Thank you so much, King J. Something has to be done at punter. Chris Jones is washed now. Speak it, King. I honestly don't understand why the Cowboys have rolled with Chris Jones for so long. He hasn't been good for like 3 years. Now, they've said injuries. It's been 3 years. I would have signed a punter as a UDFA and let them compete. Maybe they still will. I honestly don't get it. Another super chat from King Timo. Who, if any UDFAs, do you see making the roster? The one that jumps out to me is Rondell Carter because the Cowboys paid him more than their other UDFAs, but his path to making the team is actually very difficult. I would keep my eye out for just one name here, Francis Bernard out of Utah. A little bit older, a little bit more developed at the age, helped prevent him from getting drafted. There is a need for some more depth at linebacker potentially. Maybe he's this year's Luke Gifford, who helps you out mainly on special teams.